All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. So I wanted to make a video about the friendship between Arnold Schwarzenegger and Franco Columbu. So essentially the two of them met in Germany in 1965, and at that point they were both competing in bodybuilding shows all throughout Europe. So Arnold, who is from Austria, and Franco, who's from Sardinia, Italy, they basically met as competitors in these European bodybuilding shows. So 4 years later, they would come to the U.S. together, and they would start a bricklaying business together in California around 1968. So this business that they started was actually very successful due to the fact that there was a major earthquake in Los Angeles in 1971, which drastically increased the demand for their bricklaying services, so their business was actually very successful. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but Arnold Schwarzenegger was actually a millionaire before the age of 22 and way before he ever went to Hollywood. So this bricklaying business was part of the reason he was a millionaire so young in life. But some other jobs that he also owned a mail order business. So basically he would send out things, people would send him money, and he would mail things out like t-shirts, supplements, exercise equipment, stuff like that. He was also heavily invested in kinds of real estate where he would flip, apartment buildings and things like that and make a lot of fast, easy money. And then, of course, in addition to these business investments, he also had the prize money that he would win in bodybuilding, his endorsements from bodybuilding, and also whatever money he was receiving for Joe Weider to appear in magazines and ads and all that sort of thing. So he had all that money on top of his businesses. So obviously him and Franco trained together. They worked out together. They had these businesses together. And they're still friends to this day. So he was actually the best man. Franco was actually Arnold's best man at his wedding to Maria Shriver in 1986. And then in 2009, Arnold Schwarzenegger, every year he gives out a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio. And in 2009, he gave the Lifetime Achievement Award to Franco, so that was pretty cool. So actually, Franco is a few years older than Arnold. Franco is 75 right now, and Arnold is 69. So Franco was actually about 6 years Arnold's senior. So between the two of them, they hold 9 Olympia titles total. So Franco was originally a boxer before he became such a good bodybuilder over there in Sardinia, Italy. He was 5'4". His contest weight on average was about 194 pounds. He won the 1976 Mr. Olympia as well as the 1981 Mr. Olympia. Arnold was obviously much taller than Franco. He was 6'2", about 235 pounds on average on stage. He won the 1970, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, and 1980 Mr. Olympia competition. So Arnold won 7 and Franco won 2. Now, typically Franco would compete in the under 200 category while Arnold would compete in the over 200 category. So there were often times where they didn't really have to go face to face. But between the two of them, 9 Olympia titles. So despite the fact that Franco actually weighed significantly less than Arnold and was significantly smaller than him, he was actually significantly stronger than Arnold. So this could be due to the fact that Arnold's limbs were a lot longer than Franco, so he had a lot more distance that he would have to move the bar in the basic powerlifting lifts. So Franco's best lifts were a 525-pound bench press, a 665-pound squat, and a 750-pound deadlift. Now compare these numbers to Arnold's best lifts, a 500-pound bench press, a 545-pound squat, and a 710-pound deadlift. So Franco actually deadlifted about 110 pounds more than Arnold, despite being about 40 pounds less heavy than Arnold. So I think the story of Arnold and Franco's friendship is one of the greatest stories, really in bodybuilding history. We don't see this too often because it seems, there's a lot of rivalries in bodybuilding. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of, online shit talking, especially with today's generation of bodybuilders. You don't really see this camaraderie like they had back in the 70s and the 60s, like Arnold and Franco had in particular. So it's really cool to see the relationship that they did have, to see, kind of the legacy that they left behind and the impact that they had on bodybuilding as a whole. So please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.